What is up, my little Deinos? Vepsis here, your coach of the Helsinki Hydreigons, and we are here for the week 1 battle versus Luxanse for the Galar's Champions Tournament. His roster you can see above my face cam as well as my own, and the noticeable threats going to this matchup will be definitely the Terrakion, the Celesteela. Those two mainly. There will be potential Silvally that I have to worry about. If he brings it, I have to intensify its set. And overall wise, he has a very top heavy team. He also has 10 mons on his roster, similar to my own. But I think his team compared to mine is a little bit more top heavy in itself. And it's definitely threatening. And I definitely have to watch out for myself. This is also gonna be my first game in a long time in Wi-Fi. So hopefully the rustiness won't be showing too much against me going into this. But I like my team coming into this. But now I'm gonna be getting connected with my opponent. So stay tuned for the battle. Alright, here we are with the battle versus Luxanse. Let's see how this is gonna be going. Good luck and have fun to him. And hopefully it's gonna be a fun week 1 battle to start off the season. As he's gonna be bringing Terrakion, Silvally, Piloswine. I actually have a dual monitor now, so that's why you're gonna be noticing me writing on the other side of me when I'm looking elsewhere. Okay, so that's the 6. And lead of choice for me, I believe, will be Size Method, what I was banking on. I will click either Scald, if I think the Silvally in front of me is threatening enough to worry about that. He did bring the Spectre, so I do have to keep that in mind with my Scrafty in itself. The Terrakion is a huge threat. Piloswine is his main way of dealing with my Zeraora. And then I expect a Scarfer, either the Spectre or Lele in itself. The Silvally could also be his Curem check unless the Celesteela is built to be SPDF. But let's go with this. Hopefully things go smoothly for our sake and we can start off with a win, but it's definitely gonna be, I will think it's actually one of the hardest matchup paper-wise, like matchup-wise, what I can expect from this season. It's kinda rough to start week 1 that way, but hey, that's gonna be the story of this season. Every week is gonna be tough. He leads with Nora, which is going to be Tapu Lele, alright. This gives me opportunity to pretty much click Protect to scout what you're all about. And yeah, we're gonna be clicking Protect just to scout what you lock yourself into. You probably will expect the Jirachi coming. So he could either go for the Shadow Ball, or he's going to be making a double. Let's see. He does stay in. As he goes for the Moonblast, okay. Straight goes for that. We go into Jirachi on this. It doesn't necessarily go purely into my planning, because I was hoping to get up rocks as soon as possible, but now I have to wait just a little bit longer. But it should be okay. As long as the Silvally isn't poison, I can get up my T-Spikes and it will affect 5 out of his 6 members that he brought, unless he has, again, Silvally with poison or defog on it. Okay, he does make a double into Salem, which is the Spectre, which I'm okay with because I have a Scrafty in the back, and if he wants to make a double, yeah, again on this, like I could click Protect, but I'd rather just immediately address the threat in front of me. So we're gonna be just swapping into our, okay, he does make another double, and now he goes back to the Lele. Okay. Next time around is good to know that I can click Protect there. I wanted to immediately swap because I didn't know if this is the substitute set. But now for a fact we have to go into the Jirachi on this. But he's definitely very aware of the things that I have to check with them. So I can play around, I can start playing around to the fact that he definitely knows what he's doing. And there we go. He does go for the Shadow Ball, but I am SPDF. And that is a Choice Specs Tapu Lele. Okay. That is a choice specs Tapu Lele that I need to protect. And now I need to see that can I live this damage afterwards. But he's playing very aggressively as well thus far, which is kind of unfortunate in a way that I don't get any any breathing room yet of trying to get used to Wi-Fi in itself. But we'll see how this is gonna go from here. If this is gonna take me down with the Shadow Ball, I have to just go into Scrafty. And from there, I believe versus him, I would have to go for a knockoff. Assuming if I die to this, I gain a little bit leftovers here on this turn. And I need to see what health will I be at. 91 to 103. So I will be at 103 HP, which is 50%. And now I just have to simply go into Scrafty on this. That is definitely choice specs. And I need to keep this Jirachi around. There's no reason for me to let it go. If he does make another double, the only one he can do is to go into Terrakion on this. If he expects this Scrafty to come in on this. Because I don't think this can be Expert Belt to do that much damage. Yeah, no, there's no way. He does make a double to Hazel, which is the Terrakion, but this is okay because I have a Chopo Berry on my Scrafty. But Luxanse definitely know what he's doing. This is the first time I never ever got to play him Draft League format, so I didn't really have a good intel what type of player he is, so I'm definitely learning a lot here. But I am a Chopo Berry, so I will stay in to go for the Drain Punch. If he goes for the close combat, I believe I kill him. We have the Chopo Berry for this. Even if he's Choice Banded, I should live this. As we do. And this should be knocking him out, unless he has a lot more bulk investment than I think he would. And we go for the Drain Punch, and this should do crap load to him, and there we go. The first kill of our season will go to our Scrafty DMX, immediately addressing the Terrakion. That is huge relief for me. That is one of the biggest threats to me on this matchup that I was able to get rid of, and Scrafty is still healthy enough for the Spectre. And that is important for me to keep an eye out on. But the Tapu Lele can easily now come in. As it does. And now I have to address on this. But now I can remove Terrakion from this. From my Showdown preview. Because now I know what I'm dealing with here. And now... what shall I do here? I could go into Nidoking hard on this. Because the only necessary need for this thing was to deal with the... Terrakion, and it's gone. And if he locks himself into Moonblast or anything, it gives me opportunity to set up my T-Spikes. So I'll go into Nidoking to scout this. If he clicks Psychic, that's a very strong play. He does go for the Focus Blast and he misses. But this is opportunity for me to get up T-Spikes. I needed to make a little aggressive play because he is a very, very predictive heavy player, and he's a very good player when I say that. When there comes the Piloswine, and now I will taunt this to prevent your Stealth Rocks. You're clicking those Stealth Rocks and I don't want them, and I have a Shocker Berry for Earthquake if you click that. We are clicking Taunt. We can afford to play a little bit aggressive now because with Nidoking cast the Terrakion is gone. Okay. I'm getting a little bit of more grasp out of this. I started to get worried because I got played the first few turns. He was playing really well. And I have to keep this going in itself. I cannot get him too much breathing room from here on out. But getting these T-Spikes up is very huge. And now I would like to see you try to get up the Stealth Rocks. He does go for the Icicle Grasp, but I'm relatively bulky, so I should be able to take this okay. Yeah, I take it well enough, and now I just have to swap into my Seismitoad and I can threaten this out from here. I keep Nidoking as a sack cause that Tapu Lele is a problem while my Jirachi is low. But I'm able to prevent the stealth rocks, which help my other members not having to take those damage on the switching. Because this is his only rocker that he had. He will likely create Ice Shard or maybe Icicle Crash once more. Or Earthquake in itself, which works as well, but we should be taking this just fine. There we go, Seismitoad. We ate that like a boss, man. That took me into 160 with this Piloswine, so now I have opportunity to quickly check. I was at 160 before the leftovers. So that did 24%. You're not max attack as far as I can tell. Yeah, you're just basically a bulky variant in itself. And now I can go for these stealth rocks, because I don't think you would stay in. Let me get these hazards up as soon as possible, as you do swap out. Penny, that's a new guy to see. That is the Celesteela, okay. I get up my rocks. And here, I don't know yet what you are. I could go for the Protect to Scout, because you don't get a way to set up your special attack outside of the powered Meteor Beam or your ability in itself. But I'm gonna be clicking Protect just to see what kind of Celesteela I'm looking at. Because this thing is a huge problem, and mainly because I don't know... Okay, it's a Leech Seed variant. That's not the worst case. It's obviously very annoying because I don't have Appleton to be brought this matchup as an immunity for this. So I do have to be cautious of this, but I could just go for the Scald and hope for the burn in itself, because that would be pretty big if I get to Celesteela burn, because then I nullify the leftovers and the Earthquake would be weakened on my Zeraora. We snag decent amount of damage as he does land the Leech Seed. But this is good to know. And now I need to see if, before he gains that health. That did around 50% of damage to this Celesteela, so does that mean that this was his Spedef wall for my... Yeah, this looks to be just a Spedef variant. This is more likely to be his Kyurem check that I was a little bit of worry of that would be the case, but here... I think what I want to do is to try to score that Scald burn still. Because again, that weakens his Earthquake that I would like to get. If I'm forced to swap out, I use the Nidoking for this. But hopefully I can score a burn, as he does go for the Earthquake, okay. Yeah, this thing is gonna be a little bit of an issue. I had a different Seismitoad set in mind that I would have liked to pro for this, but that's okay. This does mean I'm getting a little bit weaker with my Seismitoad that I'm not super fan of. So what I could do is that potentially I could sack the Nidoking now, because this Celesteela definitely is wearing me down a little bit too fast. And this gives me opportunity to go into Zeraora and bulk up. Yeah, no, don't go into that thing. Go into Nidoking. Let's go to the Nidoking, cause I have the Sugar Berry. Well, I have it on this, but I also have it for the... Okay, he does go for the Protect. Here, what I could do is that I simply taunt him, so he cannot do any funny business. So I'll go for the taunt to shut this Celesteela down for lead seeding anything else. He's more likely to gonna click EQ right now and not lead seeding me, but I wanna make sure that what is coming after doesn't get popped by. Then I might live this, because I'm very defensive, Nidoking. Yeah, we do still live this, so this is actually fine, because I get a little bit of damage on this thing still. So I get the Thunderbolt too, just for a little bit of chip. It won't do too much because you're especially defensive and I'm not Life Orb or Modest necessary, as you do swap out. You swap into the Oscar, which is the Piloswine, which I tend to be okay with. Cause you're getting worn down by the poison by every second. Yeah, that's already 75%. So now I think I'll just go into the size method yet again, because I need to preserve... Well, then again, do I? Because I can get a free switching in that thing, so... I think I'll simply taunt this to prevent the rocks yet again. He's probably gonna ice shot me. But just in case if he tries to set up rocks, I'll just taunt it to make sure he cannot get those up. As he does go for the earthquake, that's fine. I could have gotten more damage, but I really want to make sure those stealth rocks don't pick up an issue for my rest of my team. Because I do expect having to swap a few times still during this battle. Okay, and there. That is getting worn down quite a bit. Now what I could do is that I simply go into my Scrafty, potentially try to knock off something on a switch. I could also Drain Punch, I could go into... No, I think Size Method is still okay, or isn't it? Let's see. I like Scrafty actually better. Let me go into Scrafty, because Knockoff is really free here. Or I can actually start phasing him out. I could go for the Roar as well. Phasing sounds pretty good as well. But I think Knockoff is the play I wanna do. No, I'll phase out. He's going to the Celesteela most likely. I don't think he would stay in. He does stay in. That's surprising. Okay, so I need to rest later on. Okay, so I could have gone for the Knockoff on this. Don't bring out something like Lele. Silvally. That looks to be Crown to me. So I need to be wary of this. So let me see. I get the info by why I always forget this. He's Crown Silvally, okay. So on this guy, I think I'm better off almost going into the TOGEKISS hard on this. I'll use TOGEKISS for this. So I can live obviously the multi-attack a lot better. I should be able to take a +2 hit this with this. As he parting shots, okay. That shouldn't be the worst case scenario, I suppose. It does invite Celestica pretty heavily. Which I have to make a decision that do I stay into nasty plots. But I would be at I would be at +1 after that. So that wouldn't be necessarily the best scenario to be in. Yeah, this Celestica with lefties is gonna be a massive problem. But I could try to wear this thing down, get the +1. And weaken it down to the point that should not be. Well, I should be getting another opportunity with this, I suppose. No, I don't. I'm gonna nasty plot on this. I need to wear down this Celestica, so I'll go for the nasty plot. I do outpace him. As he does go for the lead seed. And this should do around 66 to 78 to him. I could also force him to actually heavy slam with this, so I could actually still swap out into my Zeraora. Yeah, because the heavy slam should not be doing all too much to me. Yeah, I think I'll make this swap. I'll preserve this TOGEKISS a little bit more healthier, because the Silvally can still be a problem. And what I can do is that I go into my Zeraora and I bulk up. So then I should be forcing the Pilus one as a kill. But now in a hindsight, like, I should have hit the Pilus while it was in front of me. So clicking that roll was definitely the wrong call. But I think now if I just break through with this Zeraora, frankly, well, he does go for the heavy slam. Which looks to be fine for us. And I will bulk up, because I believe at +1 I do kill you. Because you're SPEDF. He does hard withdraw. He does go into the Oscar, which is the Piloswine. And I will be at +1. As this Piloswine comes in. This should mean that I take you out. Because you're at 50% of health. Yeah, even if you're max defense, you're definitely dying to this. So I'll just close combat you. There we go. And that should be end of Piloswine. So that's good at least that I get rid of that. The Celestial is definitely being a problem because I don't have an immediate way to pivot around it. But I do get to kill the Piloswine at least. So it's mainly his Spectre, Lele, Silvally and the Celestial are left. And here comes the Silvally Crowned. Which... how much can you actually do to me? Because I am neutral right now. And I'm at 123. 56. It's still not worthwhile to stay in here, so I go into TOGEKISS on this. I need to wear him down just a little bit more. Just a little bit more with that. Hopefully he doesn't parting shot. He goes for the rest. Okay. He goes for the rest instead. I need to check my TOGEKISS' health right now. It is 166. So with this in mind, I think I could just start air slashing here. I'll go for the fire blast. Straight out. No, I'll nasty plot. Let's nasty plot to see what he... because if he pulls like a wrong rest, that's gonna be rough for him. He does go hard Lele instead. Okay. Can you kill me, Lele, right now? I'm not sure if I will commit to stay in regardless. But just out of curiosity, I'm at 88%, so I should be able to live this hit. But I don't think it's worthwhile. How much the Shadow Ball is doing to me? Shadow Ball could not kill me. Or two-shot me even if you're spec. So I think this is the opportunity to get my Jirachi in. And then I can throw up a Wish if necessary, or make a double, to be honest. I think double would be the play from there. So I'll make a swap. Hopefully he doesn't click Shadow Ball, because to me, he is forced to click one of his stabs instead. Yeah, he's forced to click Psy Shock here. And that won't do too much to my Jirachi. Now I kinda wish I had U-turn on this, but I had Encore just in case for the Celestial trying to set up on me. And now, my options would be that I set up a Wish to get this thing back to a good amount of health, and I think that should be my play regardless. I don't think I want to make a double, because this Lele is still around. This is the opportunity to get this thing healthy again. As he does go into the Penny, which is the Celestial, which is unfortunate, but at this point I probably would just go into Seismitoad, just let it go down. And get my Zeraora in for free. I can actually encore this still even. I can encore it to like a Leech Seed or something else if I feel like it, or Earthquake. But we're gonna be going for the Protect. This Celesteela, if it's a defensive but not assassination, does my Jirachi still outpace this? My Jirachi can still outpace it. Yeah, my Jirachi can still outpace it. And if he were to click Earthquake for any reason, it only would do 44%, which is okay for me. I'm gonna Encore it, so it cannot just attack freely all the time. So I'm just gonna use Encore. I'm gonna admit that I wasn't looking which move he was locked himself into, but it was Leech Seed. So he cannot do more than this right now here. So I can start setting up wishes here and get my entire team healthy. Well, not necessarily all the time, but like I do have a couple of turns now free. I think it's 2 right now, because I think this includes into the encore, which is like it's guaranteed 3 turns. So what I can do is now I set up another wish to get up something else healthy at this point. As he does withdraw, he goes into the Velvet, which is the Silvally. That's okay by me, because now I get to set up a wish. I need to watch out for the timer for sure, so I need to start making decisions quickly. But this is more likely rest talk with multi-attack and whichever, so it's an opportunity to actually go into TOGEKISS on this. Because otherwise he would be raw rest. I don't want to swap into you. I could go into this, but that's a risky play if he gets the... Yeah, we go into TOGEKISS on this. Our timers are very similar, but I need to make sure that I don't get too low with it. Hopefully his lead talks a multi-attack, because that's a free turn yet again for me. There's this lead talk. His multi-attack or rest. There we go. So that is a free turn, and now I'm at full health. I will nasty plot yet again. Just to make sure if Celestica does swap into this, I will start murdering it very hard. As it does come in. Alright TOGEKISS, it's time for you to beat this Celesteela down. It is time for you to beat this Celesteela down so we can get rid of this. We are at +2 in front of this Celesteela. It is going to be at 94%. I believe. So we just land this and kill this Celesteela for us. Come on TOGEKISS, you can do this. I believe in ya. Let's kill this Celesteela right from the get-go now. So only the offense, well, he has Silvally and the other thing. We do connect the Fire Blast. Please just kill this. There we go, TOGEKISS. Celesteela, you're not messing up me today, man. My fairy type was prepared and kill your ass. And we roasted the shit out of you. Whew, I got a little worried. Whenever you have to rely on something else than 100% accurate moves, it gets dicey, man, but that's really good for me. I'm keeping this around because every time that Silvally has to go for an attacking move, I capitalize on it, so we stay in. Regardless. There's no reason... But then again, I can live every one hit. Which is true. I can live every one hit, so I could stay in and get rid of this thing. I think I stay in. He might be forced to go for the Shadow Ball predicting. Okay, he doesn't, but I should be able to take this. I'm a TOGEKISS after all. I'm a TOGEKISS. We take that. I can still roost on the Silvally later on. I beat it 1v1. There we go, TOGEKISS. What a nice debut. The first time I ever used this Pokemon in Draft League format, and holy crap, are you fun fairy type to use. Oh, okay, and here comes the Spectre. Here comes the Spectre. Now, how badly do I need to worry about you killing my Scrafty on a switching? My Scrafty is at 82 HP versus a Spectre. If your choice card, which is the worst case scenario, you would have to do... You should not be able to 2-hit KO me. But I could let this thing go down, or I sacrifice something else on the team. So I get a free switching on this. Because if he gets a crit, that's really bad. If he's +1, I should be able to live it. I think crit either way could mess me up, so I don't think I can really play around this. I think I'll go into this Scrafty. Let's make the proper play. The timer is running down. Let's just go into Scrafty and knock off. Let's just go into Scrafty. He does click the Dark Pulse. Okay. 82 to 69. Nice. His leftovers. He's leftovers on it, okay. That's really good that I have now T-Spike up, because if this is substitute shenanigans, he cannot beat me 1v1. So I will go for the knockoff. If he starts setting up, I click Roar. He does withdraw. He does withdraw. Okay. I get to go for the knockoff, get a little bit of damage on it, which is very good for me. We go into the TOGEKISS, because he still has to pull another rest stock. And I don't believe you can hit the TOGEKISS unless you're really not running multi-attack on your Crown Shield Valley. He does go for the sleep talk, don't get parting shot, don't get parting shot, don't get parting shot. Damn it. Oh well. It still forces the Spectre in. And it has to take another round of rocks and another round of leftovers. And now I have to just click my moves fast so I don't lose to the timer. That's the only thing I need to do now. Serra Aura can beat the Spectre 1v1 still. And so does Crafty. Scrafty I click rest on next time around when I swap it in. And I'm at 69 HP. And he's not +1 or anything. So we go into Scrafty and we click rest. We click rest because we have Shedskin on it, and then I definitely will wall this thing 1v1 from there. He does click Dark Pulse again. This could be mono attacky Dark Pulse set. I definitely can see that being his set here. But now I will go for the rest, because that ensures that Scrafty will wall you 1v1. Then the substitute set won't work on you anymore. It simply just won't work. So now we rest. He does withdraw. His only winning condition is the timer, so I need to play now fast enough to make sure that this won't become a problem. He will be awake this turn, so he is free to click parting shot. But we'll see, if my Shedskin pops up, I could even stay in to make sure that I go for a knockoff as he parting shots. It depends on... Okay, we don't get the Shedskin. We go into our TOGEKISS, because again, he cannot touch us. Every time he has to parting shot, that Spectre is taking more damage. He's taking all the time that little chip. He wakes up and does go for the parting shot. This is fine still. Because now this Silvally, while it's still now awake, you're taking stealth rock damage and you're taking the T-Spike hit again, so I'm wearing you down. I just need to click my moves or choices now fast enough and find my opportunity to break through you. But this Spectre is on a timer, man. Even with those leftovers, you're taking 12% from stealth rocks, and then the leftovers and toxic spike combined means that you still take the 6% more damage from it. So this is looking nice for us, as long as we don't mess up the timer. That is the only thing I can lose to right now, and I'm fully aware of it as it's ticking down there. I am below 2 minutes, I believe, somewhere like 140, I believe. He does Dark Pulse again. We have Shedskin on this, so hopefully we get to pop it off. We don't pop it off just yet. I think actually it might not even show yet. It might show at very end of this entire turn. It might like pop up now if we were to be popping off. But now we click knockoff. As he Dark Pulses again. This Crafty is most likely gonna be pulling this off for us. Do we see Shedskin, please? We don't see Shedskin just yet. The Spectre is getting worn down. We are looking solid. We are looking solid for our win as our debut, but we cannot mess up this timer. We cannot mess up this timer, and I'm at 130. That should be enough. This Spectre should be dying out soon, and then it means that TOGEKISS beats the Silvally 1v1. Because after that I can just literally start going for the air slashes or potentially even nasty. But okay, now we do wake up. Now we get to wake up. And we click knockoff. There's no reason for him to necessarily preserve this. He would be burning his own timer, but he does swap still. he still does swap. But I can phase him out actually here with Roar. And then he will be taking too much damage in one turn, because he might be trying to go for the rest here. I think that's definitely his choice. So what I will do is that I force that Spectre out to die. I'm gonna force it to die on the hazards. He does multi-attack, that should be okay. That should be okay, I'll just phase him out with Roar. And now he's definitely low enough that I should be able to take care of it regardless. And you're taking all this damage and you should be dying to the next hit regardless. Yeah, you're gonna be literally dying on the next turn. We're gonna be clicking knockoff, he will have to hit me. Or I guess he's not forced to, he could preserve this horse and let it die to the rocks, but that would be a little unfortunate way to die, so just die proudly on the battlefield as you try to go for the attack. And you do die to the Scrafty. I'm glad that I still... The roar wasn't the most efficient, I guess, in a hindsight, but I guess it still didn't cost me too much in the end. The Scrafty, the third move, was such a headache to figure out what is the most proper one, but I'm okay with this. And now I can just simply go into my TOGEKISS on this. If he clicks rest, I'll just start hitting him down from there, and there's nothing he can do about it. So we're just simply going to this. I still try to preserve differential as well, but I have to click this moves fast if I'm in order to do that in itself. He does go for the multi-attack, and now I believe the poison might actually take him out. Yes, it does, and there we go. The Helsinki Hydreigons have returned to the Wi-Fi scene, and that is a beautiful win over Luxanse, who, to be honest, had my number early game. He was predicting heavily, but somehow we still managed to get a 5-4 win, and I'm really happy about this. I don't think I played it perfectly, but the team really clued up together in itself, and I think as the game started to progress along, besides the staying in on the pilot swine, which, well, clicking the roar with the Scrafty in front of the pilot swine, I do remember that being a misplay. Outside of that, I think I played it pretty well throughout there. So the early game, still rustiness showing. The late game started to feel like good old user of myself. And so pedal to myself to the pack, but that's going to be it for the week 1. Make sure to check out my opponent. Next week we are going up against good friend and a rival of ours in the UBL scene, Dr. Slackin, who is one of the admins of this league in itself. So that's gonna be always a thriller to go up against him. Usually the battles are always really fun with him. So I expect that yet again next week. So stay tuned for that, subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna be seeing you guys later.